guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are mic'd up because obviously I own a DJI Osmo Pro, Osmo Pocket, and it comes with a mic, and I've never actually used the mic, so this is the perfect time to test the mic and see if it's good. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. If you guys are new here, my name is Rosian Campbell. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to leave... Oh, we've already said that. My bad. I haven't done this in a minute. Anyways, today's video is about Apple products and whether they are worth it or not. So what I'm going to do is, I wouldn't say that I'm an Apple expert. I'm really just for the aesthetics. And if we figure it out, we figure it out. Because there's quite a lot of things I've just found out new with my iPhone that I didn't even know I could do, that we can do. So yeah, let's talk about certain Apple products and if they're worth it. So I think we should start with an iPad. I think we should start with an iPad. Okay, iPad. This is my first iPad. I have 3 iPads. This is my first iPad. I'm actually going to sell this one because it's really old. This is the 8th generation and it has 32 gigabytes. I got this when I was in university because I felt like I really needed it, because I bought a MacBook, which we'll get into a bit later, but I bought a MacBook, but to flick through the pages was a bit long, so I just needed my MacBook and something else. So instead of me flicking through everything, this was very much needed because it was just there on the page that I really needed. So I bought this. This is the 8th generation. Like I said, it's 32 gigabytes, so this is very old. It doesn't hold a lot. As you can see here, it actually says it. You guys see down there? It says storage full. It winds me up. Hence why this iPad is going to go. I wanted to trade it in when I was getting my new iPad. I wanted to trade it in and see how much I can get for it. They said, because it's in good condition, it's just the screen protector, the screen case that's really cracked, but because it's in good condition, I could get £90 for it. I think I did pay maybe over £100. I paid over £100, so getting £90 back isn't too bad. But let's get into this iPad. This iPad, I'm not gonna knock it. When I first got it, love of my life, an iPad. Everybody wants an iPad. I believe this is an 11-inch. I believe, don't quote me, I believe this is 11-inch. I've had this since 2019, we're in 2025, so that is, I've had this for 6 years. I've had this for 6 years, so it's very much alive. It's done its job. Now, because this is such an old generation iPad, like I said, it is the 8th generation, would I recommend getting this iPad? No, because like I said, the storage is terrible. I believe I have like 2 apps on there. Doesn't work. It like freezes and it crashes. It's horrible. But I mean, like when I first got it, obviously it was amazing, but because they have new iPads with better software, better storage, this iPad is not worth it. So yeah, 8th generation. If anyone's looking to get 8th generation, I don't even think they sell these anymore. I think they're discontinued. They need to be discontinued because the storage is terrible. Anyways, moving on. Let me just clear this quickly because obviously data protection. This is my iPad mini. This is my work iPad. Oh, just to give a quick disclaimer, all my iPads are in space grey. They're in the colour space grey. So I don't know if you can see it there. Space grey. This one, space grey. This iPad, I'm going to compare the two. So the 8th generation, and this is the iPad mini, I believe. So this is my work iPad. Obviously it says at the bottom, if lost, please return to TFL. This is very cute and dainty. It has a touch unlock button at the top. It currently doesn't work because I broke my iPad. I don't know how the touch broke, so I actually need to send it off to comms to get it replaced. But yeah, this is an iPad mini. Now I don't know what kind of iPad mini this is. I don't know if this is the mini Air or just a standard iPad mini. I don't even know if they sell a mini Air. I don't know what this is. This is a iPad mini. I don't know what the storage is on this. Let me go to settings and actually see. I didn't actually purchase this, by the way. Like I said, this is my work iPad. My company gives this to me because of the certain job position that I'm in. So that's a really good benefit for TFL. I'm not even gonna lie. Let's go to about. It's an iPad mini 6th generation, and the storage is 64 gigabytes, which is more than this one, which is double this one, if I'm honest. This one, like I said, it's very much better than the 8th generation. It has the touch. I believe you can do Face ID on this one. I don't think you can do Face ID on the 8th generation. I don't think you can. No, I don't think you can. Plus, the 8th generation also has the home button down here. If you are not an Apple girly or boy like I am, you would know that any new Apple product, the home button is gone. They have just this little bar here at the bottom. If you can see, you can swipe it up and that will allocate you back to home. Love this iPad. Love this iPad. Down. If I could buy this iPad, I would buy it, but I have it for work for free, so I don't need to buy it. But I love this iPad. In comparison to these two, this one is way much better. And like I said, it has more storage. And I got this in space grey. Like I said, again, I'm not like an Apple expert, so don't hold me. But just comparing like my personal iPad to this iPad, very good. Now, let's get into my new purchase, my newest iPad to replace my 8th generation. If you guys have not seen it yet, I went into the Apple store. I think it's going to be in one of my weekly vlogs that's going to come out maybe in 2 weeks time. But yes, like I said, I really want to sell the 8th generation. I purchased this. So again, disclaimer, every time I get my Apple products, I actually get them in the sale, if that makes sense.
I don't know where you are, but you can show me. Go to privacy
okay,
settings, select location services,
Siri, stop.
Scroll to Siri and allow
Siri,
location
stop.
access.
Okay. He's eager. Anyways, he's talking to me. Anyways, go away, Siri. Okay, he's gone now. Anyways, so I get them in the cell. So because I have a, what's it called? Uni days. I graduated in 2023. I was actually supposed to graduate in 2024, but I didn't finish at uni. But that's a story for another time. But they gave me a graduate account, so I still have student discount. So I went into the Apple store and they said that I was eligible to get the student discount. So I got the iPad.
Okay, I found this on the...
Oh my God, Siri, stop. Okay, so I got the iPad Air. This is 128 gigabytes and it's 11 inch. So it's a big upgrade from my 8th generation. I don't know. Does this have a generation? I will open it and show you. But anyways, the reason why I bought out the student discount is because this iPad, actually, I'm going to look up how much the iPad mini is because I actually don't know. But I just know the 8th generation was like over £100. Let me have a quick Google search. Or find my old Apple receipts. But I'd have to dig for that. Let me just get into this quickly. Just so I'm giving you guys like an honest review. It says the 8th generation was £135. Which sounds about right. Let me see what did I say this was 6th generation? Let me see what the 6th generation iPad mini, how much that costs. £305. These are just like estimate prices, by the way. So £305. So we have 135 8th generation, £305. These are again estimates for the 6th generation iPad mini. So anyways, getting into the iPad Air, this was originally £700. Shocker, yes, I know. But with the student discount, I got this for £550 and a free accessory. So anyways, the reason why I mentioned this is because all my Apple products, so my MacBook, my iPad, and then again this iPad.
You can check the location of all your items.
Oh my God, I'm gonna go mad. I'm gonna go mad. Shh. This iPad included, I got them all in the student sale over the years. So what Apple like to do is if you buy a MacBook or if you buy an iPad, you will get an item free. Oh, and we'll get into the AirPods as well because the AirPods are included in this. So yeah, if you buy a MacBook or an iPad, because they are deemed as university essentials, you get a free item. So it could be a an eye pencil, it could be an AirPod. I think originally they only did AirPods, but now they're doing AirPods or an Apple accessory. So because when I first bought my 8th generation iPad, I got AirPods, which I will show you quickly, but we'll get into it later. This one. Actually, no. Did I get AirPods? It might have, no, I got something with my MacBook. It wasn't this. It wasn't this because I actually got gifted this. It wasn't this. But I do remember getting something for free. It might have been AirPods and I might have handed them away. It might have been AirPods and I handed them away. It might have been AirPods. But we'll get into this later. Anyways, so like I said, with the deal, with the student deal, you get you purchase either a MacBook or an iPad and you get items for free. So with this deal, I got, obviously I said the 128 gigabyte iPad Air and I got a free item. And
Okay.
And because I already own AirPods, multiple AirPods, I didn't want another AirPod. So I got an Apple Pencil. So, well, it's not just any Apple Pencil, it's this. It's the Apple Pencil Pro. This originally cost £129. So imagine if I got a £700 iPad and £129 Apple Pencil Pro. Ridiculous, right? So I actually got this for free, which is an absolute steal. So I got my iPad for £550 and that pencil for free. The pencil actually looks like this. It is very cute, very dainty. It says Pencil Pro. The way it charges is that it connects to the iPad, which I'll show you now. This is the iPad. I'm still waiting for a screen protector. But it does have a button at the top. Again, it's like the iPad mini, the 6th generation. It is touch. Again, it's in space gray. I don't know what is a space gray, but I love space gray. Every Apple product I have, apart from like my old iPhones, they're space gray. Gray is just like my favorite color. But anyways, on this side is a little magnet. And the iPad pencil, or the Apple Pencil Pro, just connects there. And then it charges your pencil. Ooh. Should come up at the top. Oh my god. The iPad should charge your pencil. I don't, is it charging? Yeah, there you go. It charges your pencil. I think with the old pencils, I think you would pull out the bottom and then charge it. But yeah, this is quite cool. There's like a little, I don't know how to describe it. You can squeeze the tip of the pencil and then it tells you like the density of the pen, whether you want to make it thick, whether you want it thin. It's quite cool. If I was to show you guys quickly, hold on. If I was to show you guys quickly, if I have like good notes or something, let's open a new tab because I don't want to show you guys all of this. What is this? Oh, this is old. Let's go back. Let's make it, okay, let's make a new notepad. That is old. I actually forgot I made that. So anyways, you can tap here. Let's say notebook. I don't know. This app's called Good Notes, by the way. It's really handy. Okay, let's just say this. Create. So what you can do, you see how that popped up on the screen? Is because I'm clicking the pencil. So the options on the, whatever you want to call this, semicircle. It's not even a semicircle. A crescent. You have the line thickness. I don't know if you guys can see that. You can see the line thickness, and then you have a eraser, you have a highlighter. I don't know what this is. What is that? Paint? I don't know what this is. I don't really play around with this app, but like I want to get into it. So anyways, let's say if I want to do a thin line, what I can do, erase that. What I can do is press this to bring up the settings. Oh, okay, different settings to come. Anyways, you get the gist of the pencil. The pencil is a pencil. You can have a thick line, a thin line, a highlighter, a pencil, an eraser, anything. You can write. I think if you tap down harder, it comes out thicker. So yeah, you get the gist. So yeah, so this works very similar to my iPad mini, but like I said, the iPad mini is not actually mine, even though it's mine. It's work work has provided it. So even though it comes home with me and it's mine, it's not mine. Say if I was to leave the job, it would have to go back, if that makes sense. So yes, this is very similar to the 6th generation iPad mini, hence why I love this and I got this. And I just really need to get rid of the 8th generation because this has more storage, so I can download so many things and it won't be a problem. It won't say storage full. I'm just waiting on the case for this one and a screen protector, but yeah, love this down. Would I recommend? Yes, but I would only recommend this iPad if you get it in the student deal. Patiently wait for the student deal to come round, because nobody is paying £700 for an iPad and then £129 for a pencil. So yeah, definitely recommend. Okay, what should we get into next? I think it's only right if we go into AirPods next, because it still like chimes in with the student deal. So I think it's safe to say everyone has had headphones, some sort of Apple headphones, whether it's the wires, whether it's the Bluetooth, whatever it is. I started off with the wires, love them down, but with the wires, you know when you have to like tie it so you can hear your music properly, and then the wires are out. Yeah. No, I was so over that. So I moved on to AirPods. I really didn't want to move on to AirPods, but the wire thing was getting annoying. And then I'm one of them girls where I wouldn't go and buy a new headphone. I would go to Apple and say there's a fault. Even though there was a fault, I'll say there's a fault so I can just exchange and get new ones. If you guys don't know that trick, you need to do it. But anyways, let me get into my first AirPods. These are very much alive. I have spoken about them on TikTok. I can't remember. I think these are the second AirPods. Yeah, these have been discontinued as well. This AirPod, love of my life, my first ever AirPods. And like I said, it very much works. I still have both of them inside the case. There is a button at the back, so you press it if you want it to connect to one of your iPhones. Only reason why I stopped using this is because they are old. I believe they're like maybe 4 years old now, pushing 5. One of them sounds like it's going to explode in my ear, so just for health and safety reasons, I got a new AirPod and I've put these to the side. Like I said, they still work, but just for safety reasons, I don't want this if it was to ever explode in my ear. But love these AirPods. AirPods are amazing. If anybody talks about the wires, you haven't experienced AirPods, because these are amazing. It doesn't take long to charge either. This charging port is actually the old charging port. This is the USB. What do you call this? This is the original AirPod charger. I don't know how to explain it, because everything's moved on to USB-C. That's the original port. Anyways, that AirPod, 10 out of 10, love of my life, like I said. But because of that fault, I have moved on to, I think these are the AirPod 4 Pros. I don't know. I think these are AirPod 4 Pros. I don't know. But green light at the front, indication to say that they are fully charged. They look very different. I'll compare my old AirPods to this AirPod. So my old AirPods, if you guys see a little bit of dirt in my AirPods, please mind your business. But the old AirPods, they look like a cotton bud, if I'm honest. And then so these are the 2nd generation. This is the 4th generation. The comparison, it's very short compared to the 2nd generation. It's very, I don't know how to describe it. It's just very more plush. If I was to put them in my ear, is this the right? Okay, look, I got the left and the right. If I was to put them in my ear, you will see the comparison. Which one looks better? You tell me. The cotton bud or this one? I say this one. So yeah, that is the only real difference between the 4th generation and the 2nd generation. So yeah, the differences between the 4th generation and the 2nd generation is the packaging. This one takes USB-C, so this is the newest port. This takes the old port. It still has the green light indication at the front, You don't have the button at the back for the 4th generation to connect it to your AirPods. You just hold it to your phone, the whole case to your phone, and then it connects. Yeah, the actual AirPod for the 4th generation is shorter. The AirPod for the 2nd generation is longer. And then, yeah, other than that, everything is basically the same. But I recommend the 4th generation 100%. Anything AirPod, I would definitely recommend, because AirPods are just like go-to essentials. If you don't have AirPods, you still have the wires, I will judge you, because why have you not been using these? I don't understand. They're very useful. Anyways, so that is my AirPod 2nd generation and my 4th generation. I do have another set of AirPods. But before we get into that, I just want to give you the price rundown of the 2 AirPods. I believe the 2nd generation was £129. Don't quote me, but I believe that one was really cheap. Let me just have a look. Oh, it's actually cheaper. These, like I said, this is discontinued, so take that in mind. These, an estimate price, £65, but I believe they were £129. Obviously, it's gone down in price because they're discontinued, but I believe when I bought these, it was £129. The 4th generation now is currently £129. Yeah, the 4th generation is £129. So I think when they've discontinued something, either they take it completely off the site or they reduce the price. But yeah, so £129, £129, discontinued, but you can still purchase these if someone has resold them and they are cheaper than £129. So are these worth it? 100%. Anyways, moving on to my last and final AirPod. I'm not gonna lie, I rarely use them, but I love them. When I do use them, I love them down. These are my AirPod Maxes. I really use them when I'm editing or when I'm jogging. Space grey. Nothing new. I have them in space grey. I've got them engraved. If you guys can see, you might not be able to see, but it says Rosian Ship. If you guys can see in there. If you can't, I'll show you guys a bit later, but it's just that it just says Rosian Ship. Yeah, love them. These are actually £500. Crazy, I know, but like I said, these are very much worth it. These separate, you can take them off. They need a little clean. You can actually wash these, which is very handy. If you wear makeup, you can wash them down. This case is really good because it actually reduces the battery, if that makes sense. So instead of leaving them out of the case and it dies quickly, you can put them in here and it kind of like, it's like a battery saver is the word that I'm looking for. So these are really good. Like I said, I rarely use them, but when I use them, I use them. I love them. They're very loud as well. I will say, I think my ears easily adjust to AirPods because every AirPod that I've got, it's originally loud. And then when I have them on the highest, I'm like, oh, I could do with this louder. But I think my ears have just adjusted to the sound. But with the Maxes are very different. You can extend the Maxes to your head shape. So you can make them longer, shorter. I have them on the shortest length because my head is really small. And then you have this button. I'm still learning my Maxes, so bear with me. This button turns on, oh, what's it called? Voice isolation, noise cancellation. This turns on and off noise cancellation. This dial turns the volume up and down. This dial just here. And then you can press this dial, will press the button to, what do you call it? Pause and play music. I think you can skip music. I think it's 2 times to skip and 3 times to go back. I can't think of the word right now. Oh, and going back to my 4th generation, I realized, like I said, with Apple, I don't read the manual. I learn along the way. I was like, oh, because when you can change music with the old AirPods, so if I was to demonstrate, let me take this out and just show you guys quickly. With the 2nd generation, you used to do the double tap to skip the music, or you do a triple tap to rewind. Oh my, I forgot these work. I literally just said they work and it's playing my music. But yeah, with the old AirPods, you can just double tap or triple tap to rewind or forward your music. With these, I was like, how comes these AirPods don't do that? Like, they should be able to do that. So the whole time I was tapping, I was like, why is it not working? Why is it not working? Guys, at the bottom of the AirPod, if you can see, there's a little indent right there on both sides. So what you do is you hold the AirPod and you double tap or squeeze 2 times. You squeeze it. Am I doing it right? For some reason this one's not clicking. Maybe it's only on one side. No. Anyways, you double squeeze to forward your music, or you triple squeeze to rewind your music. I only discovered that recently because I've been using my phone. I was like, why can't I just, like my old AirPods? And yeah, with this, same with the button, you double tap or you triple tap. Quite cool if I do say so myself. Now, would I recommend the Maxes? Yes and no. For the price, £500 is ridiculous. But like I said, these are really good headphones. If you really want to get them, but they are costly. I will recommend, like everything I will recommend right now, just not the 8th generation iPad because of the storage. Okay, moving on to the next Apple product. This. Now, before I even get this item out, did I need it? No. Was I peer pressured into getting it? Yes. And the only reason why I was peer pressured into getting it is because when I was working in Sainsbury's, everybody had this item. And I always said to myself, there's no point me getting this item because it works exactly the same as an iPhone. So there is no point. And one thing about me, if I get something new, knowing that it does the same thing as something that I already have, I feel like I'm wasting my money. I feel like I'm no longer going to use my original item, the Apple Watch. Oh my God, let's get into the Apple Watch. I was actually peer pressured into getting this because I have FOMO. Everybody had this on their wrist and I felt very much left out. And another reason why I felt left out is, if you don't know, the Apple Watch has a walkie-talkie feature. So my sister and one of my closest friends, Shalomi, if you're watching this, hi. But they would walkie-talkie each other all the time and I felt left out. So I was like, well, I'm going to get Apple Watch and I'm going to walkie-talkie them. And I'm going to be that cool girl who goes, hey, where are you? 1, 2, 1, 2. So I got that Apple Watch. This is an Apple Watch SE 40mm. I'm going to assume that means millimeter. This is in grey. It's not in space grey, but it's in grey. And, oh Lord. I think I bought this I got this discounted because I actually got this in Argos, and when I worked in Sainsbury's on payday you get 15%, but your average discount was 10%. So I got this on payday, so I had 15% off. So I believe I paid maybe £200 for this. Don't quote me. I'm gonna look it up to see how much it is. Let me just get the homepage up. I love the front. I'm going to keep my watch very much basic. I will show you the walkie-talkie feature in a second, but that's what I really got it for, the walkie-talkie feature. And then I convinced myself and I said, if I get the Apple Watch, then I'm definitely going to work out more, and I'm definitely going to like record my activities and beat my goals. And I did not do any of that. The only time I wear this is when I go to work so I can count my steps. Yeah, so this is the Apple Watch. It has this green light at the back. It's really annoying. But I don't know what the light's for. I guess it's to check your pulse. I don't know. I'm not an Apple expert, but I have this. Let me quickly show you the walkie-talkie feature and run you through the Apple Watch, the main features that I use. So, like I said, I use this when I go to work. Why did the password just come back on? Why is my watch ticking? Why is my watch ticking? Is it because I dropped it? Oh, don't tell me that. Okay, anyways, the main features I use... Oh, and I need to put my... Guys, we'll get into that in a minute because I've got to tell you something that's so annoying about this watch. The main features I use is the activity. I will do a separate screen because this screen's very tiny and I can't... Oh, Lord. The screen's very tiny and I can't show you everything while showing you everything. So I'll talk you through it and I'll put like a little something there. But anyways, the main features I use is the activity, because like I said, I want to see how many steps I'm doing in a day. I do a lot in my current job position, so we do a lot of walking. So that is one thing I use that for. I don't use Apple Pay on my watch because I just use my phone, and I switched it off. Let me tell you a story. The job that I do, you work on the gate line. So I've had multiple stories of people like me at work who have an Apple Watch and they go near the reader and it beeps their card. Now, the safety feature I have on this watch is if anything gets activated, so if my device goes near a reader to take a payment, it will ask me to double tap the side in order for me to do the payment. And then I think it tells me to put in the password. I don't know, I can't remember. But loads of people their watches are tapping the side and they're paying for journeys that they're not making. So they're being overcharged. But I really use this for the activity. I use it for the walkie-talkie feature. If I'm playing music, I can skip the music through my watch. Messages, if I do get some messages like text messages, I'll quickly reply. Now, before, the Apple Watch only had the text box for you to write out the letters. That is really, 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 really annoying. They have a keyboard now. No, they don't have a keyboard, I lied. They have like the speech feature where you can just talk into it, but it's so bait because when I'm working, I'm just talking into my watch, and more time it doesn't understand what I'm saying, so it will type words in wrong, and then when you delete, sometimes it will delete the whole thing instead of just deleting the word that you're going to do. Or you can't like select the word that you want to delete, you have to delete the whole thing. Annoying features about this watch. But yeah, mainly just got it for the activity and the walkie-talkie. In all honesty, is this Apple Watch worth it? No, I cannot stress this enough. I already knew it wasn't worth it, but because I felt left out, I got it anyways. But this is not worth it at all. Just saying. And like I said, I think I paid £200. I think it was originally 350 or just slightly less, but I got it discounted because obviously my work discount. I think it's safe to say that we should move on to my MacBook. Now, I'm going to show you two MacBooks. I'm going to show you my MacBook and I'm going to show you Rihanna's MacBook just for purpose's sake. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you Rihanna's MacBook first, because I'm not going to talk too much about her MacBook because I don't really know too much about her MacBook. But this is the MacBook Air. This is the original. This is old. As you can see, this is the charging port. Oh, did I tell you guys that the Maxes take USB, the old USB? Don't think I told you that. And I don't think I also showed you that at the bottom of the AirPod is the light indicator, which isn't coming up at the moment. Oh, there it is. The light indicator. Just quickly, because I don't want to leave out anything. But anyways, going back to Rihanna's laptop, this is the MacBook Air. This is the original. It has the original charger, the magnetic. I have her charger here somewhere. Here. This is old. Look. This is the old charger. This is what it looks like. It's like a little magnet. If you are a real OG, an Apple OG, you will know what I'm talking about. Watch this. This is Rihanna's prized possession, and I don't think she's ever going to get rid of it, and I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of mine either, because let me tell you something about me and Rihanna. We work hard for our items. We pay for our items ourselves. When this came out, we was like, oh, it's in our tax bracket. We can afford this. We were so over the moon. Like, these things are our pride and joy. I don't think anyone understands when you turn a certain age. So when you turn 16 and you start making your own money and you start buying things that you really want to buy, nothing will stop you and you are the happiest in the world. This is Rihanna's first big purchase. So this is her baby. It ain't going nowhere. Anyway, she has all these little ports. I don't know what this little port is, but she has a USB port, and then she has, I think this is a HDMI. I don't know. And then the old headphone jack. So let me just show you what it looks like inside. It should be on because I was using it this morning. This is what her MacBook looks like. This is the MacBook Air, like I said. And then you have the little light at the back. Like I said, this is a real one. was this worth it? 100%. When it came out, 100%. Getting it now, is this worth it? No. Because obviously they have new software and new updated versions where I think the new MacBook Air is thinner than this as well. But was this worth it? 100%. This was over £1,000. Anything big like this from Apple is over £1,000. I think she got this for 1,006, 1,007. I don't know. It was really expensive at the time. But this is a real one. This is a loyal one. The fact that it still works, a loyal one. Now, compared to mine, space gray, nothing new. This is the MacBook Pro. I got this one because I really just wanted it for the touchpad. Now, let me tell you something. This one has been discontinued. They have a new one, which doesn't have the touchpad. I really just got it for the touchpad because I was like, this is a bougie MacBook and I'm going to get it. So I got this. Only bad thing about this MacBook, I'm not going to lie, it has no ports. The new one has ports. I think people complain so much that they put ports in because what Apple likes to do is when they bring out a new item, they like to take features away. So with my voice is going, let me get some water. I think I've been talking so much. Guys, my Stanley dropped. I've put in a claim because I have warranty on it, but oh god, my voice is so hoarse. I think I've been talking so much. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, it has no ports. And the new MacBook, I think because people complain so much, they put ports in. But this, I had to buy an adapter. Did I just burp? If you guys heard that, I am so sorry. But because people complain so much, they have ports in, but I had to buy an adapter for this MacBook. But I'll show you guys the adapter in a minute and show you guys why it is so annoying. This is my MacBook Pro. Now, let's get into it. It should be on. Like I said, I did use this morning. So, yeah. Amazing, right? Stunning. Can you guys see the touchpad at the top? Just here. Now, if I wanted to turn up the brightness, for example, I would touch here. I can't even see. Oh, I need to unlock it. Sorry. Okay, I need to unlock it. So this is the fingerprint ID. You just hold here and then you'll unlock the MacBook. So can you see these little features at the bottom? We have Siri. We have to put on mute. Who is that? Oh, to put on mute, to change the volume and then to change the brightness. Now, hopefully you guys can see. Say if I want to turn up the brightness or turn down the brightness, I'll just click the brightness here on the touchpad. Anyways, you can just drag it along. That's what I really wanted this MacBook for. I didn't care for anything else. If I knew it didn't have ports, I think I would have got it anyways. But I really just got it for the touchpad. Now, I love this. Like I said, it's discontinued. And I think it's because of the port situation. But was this worth it? 100%. What do you mean I can touch my iPad? It's touch screen. What? Amazing. Yeah, this MacBook was the first. This is the original. This is the first MacBook Pro. Like I said, discontinued because of the port situation. Now, if I can find, I don't know where my little port thing is. Give me a second. Let me have a quick browse. Now, this is an amazing purchase. I'm not going to lie. I obviously needed it because that was a big inconvenience to me. However, this is very annoying because I obviously make YouTube videos. But when you are editing and you have this connected to here, there's an indicator to tell you that it's connected because it shows up white. Where is it? Here. Can you guys see that? It shows up white to say it's connected. Guys, if this moves the slightest, best believe your footage has been corrupted. Well, it hasn't been corrupted, but you have to push it back in order for your SD card to be reconnected to the MacBook and then edit your video. It's really annoying. So, yeah, I get why they discontinued this, because whoever decided to take all the ports away, that was very silly. Very silly indeed. I don't know why they did that. This, like, I see what it tried to do, but in all honesty, if I really want to use this, I have to sellotape this bad boy to my MacBook, and it is so annoying. But yeah, would I recommend the MacBook? Would I recommend this? Yes and no. I recommend it because it is very unique. I don't think I've ever seen like I have seen a touch screen laptop, because I own one. I own a Windows one, which is half touchscreen, half not. For Apple, to have it like a first touchscreen product, so that's not an iPad, yes, I would recommend. That touch bar is amazing. However, I wouldn't recommend it because of the port situation. But other than that, I'm 50-50 with this MacBook, in all honesty. I really am. I'm 50-50 with this one. And I believe I bought this MacBook for over £1,000. I want to say 1,003. I'm not sure. Again, I bought this in the student sale. Anyways, last but not least, we are going to move on to iPhones. I have had shitloads of iPhones. iPhones for days. I'm going to get into my first ever iPhone. I did keep my first ever iPhone. I forgot what it's even called, but I'm going to show you guys now. This is my first ever iPhone. If you guys remember these, they were so cool back in the day. They had all these different pastel colors. I obviously love the color blue, so I got my phone in blue. I can't remember what this iPhone was called. 5C? Let me have a look. I can't remember what this iPhone was called. I want to say 5C. 5C? 5C. My memory is good. This is an iPhone 5C. I can't remember. Does it say the gig on it? It doesn't actually say. I do know for a fact this had the lowest gig. But this, in college, yeah, I felt like that girl with the blue. I was with all the man them. All the man them had this blue iPhone 5C, and I just felt like one of them. But anyways, I'm not gonna knock this phone. This phone was my first ever iPhone. Obviously, you can see the little iPhone SIM card port here. It is mashed up because, like I said, it is old. I'm not gonna knock this phone. I don't know how much they used to cost. Let me just have a quick browse. It's saying on eBay they're £260. I really don't know how much I got this iPhone for, but let me tell you, this one was a loyal one. This one, when you were young and you was in college, you felt like you were that guy, that girl. I'm gonna stop talking, because if you have this phone, you know. There's no point explaining. But anyways, I still have it because it's just memories. So yeah, my first ever phone was not my first ever phone, because I did have phones. My first ever iPhone was the 5C. Now, my second phone, it is still alive. It is still well. Is this bad boy. This is, I think this was the original Space Gray. This is, I want to say this is the iPhone 6. I think it is the iPhone 6, because I don't think I skipped an iPhone. I think this is the iPhone 6. Anyways, let me just put in the password quickly. It does work. It does work. I just need to connect to the internet. It has all my old songs. Oh, I can't be asked to connect to the internet, but it has all my old songs, my playlist. I feel like it's only right if I connect to the internet so I can show you guys. Let me put it on the charger because it is on 6%. Oh my God. I just want to show you guys quickly. I think I've showed you guys this on TikTok already. But what's the password? Jesus, I gotta type in this long ass password. Can EE like make shorter passwords? Because this is long. Can we get into that? If you guys are an EE customer, because remember, if you guys are real ones, you guys know that Orange was original. What is that? It's raining. Orange was original EE. EE was originally Orange, is what I'm trying to say. I used to be with Orange. Oh, this is long. For some reason, it's telling me I need an activation lock. Oh, so weird, because normally I can just easily get into this phone. So weird. So weird that. Anyways, we're going to take this off the charger because I'm going to switch this off anyways. yeah, I used to be with Orange originally, then they moved over to T-Mobile, then they moved over to EE. So yeah, EE count your days because you guys are really annoying me. My phone bill is high. The internet broadband, the password is too long. You guys are just problematic. You guys are charging me an arm and a leg for data Roma, which used to be free. Oh, let's not even get into that. Anyways, going back to this. This is the iPhone 6, I believe. Don't hold me. I believe this is the iPhone 6. Like I said, it has all my old songs on. For some reason, it's not working. I don't know why. It still works. It has the ringtone thing here. It does have the headphone jack, and it has the original iPhone adapter. It has a home button. What else does it have? A camera, a flash. Yeah, this is the iPhone 6. This was the biggest upgrade from my iPhone 5C. I think it was slightly bigger. Yeah, it was a more modest color. I felt grown having this compared to this childish phone. I felt grown. And I believe the storage was slightly higher on this. So yeah, I still have my 2 ever iPhones. Amazing. Wouldn't knock them. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I still have them. Now I think after my iPhone 6, I think I did skip some iPhones. So like the 7, the 8, the 9, and I went straight to the 10. Well, it wasn't even called a 10, it was called an X. I got that phone in black. No longer have that phone. I actually gave that phone away to my niece for her Christmas present. So me and Rihanna had the same phone. So my niece got mine, my nephew got Rihanna's. That phone, amazing. I wouldn't knock it. I don't think I would knock any iPhone that I've ever had. That iPhone X 10, amazing. If I still had it, I would have kept it. But I gave it away to my nieces and nephews. They needed the phone more than me. I was going to upgrade to another phone. That phone I had in black. Yeah, that phone I had in black. That phone was a real one. Can't remember how much I got that phone for. Let's say all my iPhones are around £1,000 because all those iPhones are roughly around £1,000 apart from these two, obviously. Actually, this one might actually be pushing £1,000, but this one definitely not. After the X, I moved on to the 11. 11? Yeah. Yeah, I did move on to the 11. What did the 11 look like? I think I had that phone in grey. Let me see. I think I had that phone in grey. Yeah, I had that phone in grey. So yeah, after the X, I moved on to the 11. Now, I can't remember the features. It didn't have a home button. And it didn't have a home button. But did the 10 have a home button? Let me see, iPhone X. No, the 10 didn't have a home button either. Okay, it didn't have a home button. I think it still had the headphone jack. I'm not too sure. I really can't get into those phones because obviously I don't have those phones with me. And to do a whole Google search right now is long. So yeah, after the 11, I moved on to... I don't think I got a 12. I think I skipped to a 13. Yeah, after the 11, I skipped on to the 13, which is this phone. Which I recently had, actually. This phone I got in blue. I got 13 Pro, to be honest. This phone still works. It's just dead at the moment. I love this phone down. Would I recommend? 100%. 100%. Blue, favorite color. It reminds me of the OG that I got. Just, it was amazing. Yeah, I think this phone, I know this phone was my first ever Pro. I was in love. 3 cameras instead of 1, instead of 2. I was loving it. I can't remember the size of this phone, like how many gigabytes, but like I said, if I had the energy to charge it, I would charge it, but I just can't be asked. But it has a high enough storage. I want to say 125. I want to say this phone is 125 gigabytes. I don't know. Gigabytes? Megabytes? Gigabytes. I want to say this is 125. Love this phone. Again, is this USB-C? No, this is the old port. Yeah, so this is the 13 Pro. Love it. My first Pro. In love. Anyways, now moving on to my newest phone, my most recent phone, this is the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Pro Max. Can you see the upgrade throughout every iPhone? I've gone from a Pro to a Pro Max. Look at the size. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I first got this phone, I was like, oh, it feels like a tablet in my back pocket. But I love it. This is the 14 Pro Max. It is very different to the 13. The Pro and the Pro Max, they will have 3 cameras, which I love. I will just take them both out of the case now to show you. This phone I did get in black. Can we see the upgrade? Can we see that every year we elevate? Can we just get an amen? Amen. Love this phone. Right now, it looks like my phone has been shot and it's gone through some wild times, but it's just my screen protector. This phone takes you, oh, my phone's dirty, yuck. This phone takes USB-C. It is a new port. It doesn't have a home button. The only thing that's annoying about this phone is if I was to press the on and off button, it just goes dark. It doesn't actually switch off. It's like it's on standby, which I find really annoying. Eventually it will go off, but that is the only annoying feature about this phone. Other than that, I really, really, really love this phone. It does have this button here at the side, so it just goes straight to your camera. At first, I was like, what's going on? I was really just I thought that was the home button. I was really pressing it and I was like, why does it keep going onto the camera? Why is the home button at the bottom? No, this is the camera button. Amazing. Just quickly, instead of me actually sliding to the side, oh Lord, it doesn't even want to work. Instead of me sliding to the side to get my camera, I can just press the button, boom, camera's right there. Love that feature. Yeah, my first ever Pro Max. I'm in love. Again, I'm not going to knock it as my first ever Pro Max. I've gone from a Pro to a Pro Max. What? Hello. Anyways, and then at the back of my phone case, I have a MagSafe. This thing, which I can just charge my phone on any dock, which is easier. Now, let me tell you guys something real quick about my phone. If you guys do not have friends in EE or in any phone company, you need to find some, because I'll tell you what, about all these phones that I have, I've got them discounted because I know people who work in EE. I'm not going to tell you his name, but I have a real one and he knows who he is. The other, that I do obviously have multiple people who work in phone industries, but they've moved on to Vodafone, and I think the other one is, where did he go? Vodafone, and I think the other one was, oh Lord, what's the other network? O2? I think he went to O2. But my real one, he's still in EE and I still get discounts. So if you don't know anyone who works in EE or any phone shop provider, you need to find someone, because who is paying full price for these? I sure ain't. Don't be deceived. I sure ain't paying full price. I ain't even paying full price for my iPad and my MacBook. Whew. Anyways, last but not least, we are going to get into my final Apple purchase. It is my iMac. Now, I'm not gonna bring my iMac here. It is connected up, and to disconnect it is long. But I do have an iMac. I don't know what generation it is. Again, if you don't know someone who works in Apple, you need to find someone, because I got that iMac discounted. I think I got 10% on it. 10% on an Apple product? Yeah. I got the highest storage. I think I got that 2 terabytes. Love it down. I got it in silver, because I think the colors were like silver, pink, and something else. I got it in silver. I don't know what generation that is. It is kind of the newest generation, because I did get it 2 years ago. Love it. If I'm not editing on my MacBook, I'm editing on the iMac, and I love it. The screen's just bigger. I'm sitting upright. I'm at a desk. I love it. It's amazing. I can't even kid you. It's amazing. The ports kind of remind me of my MacBook. You have 2 USB-C ports, which is again annoying, because you have to buy this adapter. I do have this adapter connected to the back of the MacBook just so I can connect other devices to the MacBook, which again is annoying. Would I recommend the iMac? Yes, but I just wish it had ports embedded in the product itself instead of me buying an adapter. That's more wasted money. But yeah, everything that I couldn't get my hands on, I will put a picture on the screen. Like I said, my iMac is connected up at the moment, so to take it out is, yeah, long. But yeah, all my Apple products, I love them. Like, obviously, like some of my old Apple products, I don't know what to do with them, so I still have them. But it's just for like keepsake, memory sake. They're here. I love them. Apple, I'm so sorry, I would never go to Android. Apple just does it for me. Obviously, there's like minor inconveniences, but I would highly recommend Apple if it is in your tax bracket. Please don't go broke for Apple. You don't owe Apple anything. Just get it if you can afford it. All of these things clearly I can afford, that's why I've got them. This is me not shoving you or trying to promote Apple or encouraging you to get Apple products. Like I said, if you can afford it, get it. But these are just some of the Apple products that I have. Love them. Wouldn't go anywhere else. So yeah, overall, I would say Apple is 10 out of 10. The only thing as well, I've realized with the Apple phones, I don't know if you guys have realized, if you are an Apple girly boy, if you guys know, if you bought an Apple phone, remember it used to come with headphones, the charger head. Apple does not do that anymore. You just get the charger, and I just mean the wire. You won't even get the head. I don't know if they had a budget cut or what, but Apple have cut down on like their customer service, because you used to get everything in the box. Now you just get the charger, and I mean just the wire. When I got my iPad, this is what the boxes look like now. Before, it would be the wire, the head, some headphones. Like, obviously, if this wasn't an iPad, if it wasn't a phone, you get everything in the box. You just get the wire. Oh, let me get into this real quick. Apple do this new woven wire, which I really, really love. Instead of having, let me show you. Instead of having this one, like this plain one, which I really like. It just adds that little oomph to Apple. But yeah, going back to what I was saying before, Apple have really cut back, and I don't know why, because my mom has just recently gone to Apple. I converted her to Apple girly, and we had to buy, well, we didn't buy it because the guy in the store gave it to us for free, but she had to essentially buy for a charger head. So you get a wire and no charger head. Ridiculous. And we actually got her a phone case. So, well, the phone case was free, because obviously I know some people who work in there, but little things like that is a big inconvenience. Apple have really cut back. They're like, oh no, you're gonna purchase X, Y, and Z, you're not getting this for free anymore, which is really annoying. But other than that, I won't knock Apple. Apple are doing their thing. Their standards are great. The quality is great. I realize with every MacBook, every iPhone, every AirPod, every iPad, everything they bring out and they update it is way better than what they had before. Now, again, with the port situation, it's the inconvenience. People will complain and they will improve it. But other than that, I'm here for Apple and I'm here to stay. Just saying. But anyways, guys, if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Rosian Campbell. If you like my videos, please subscribe to me. My fan base, community, whatever you want to call it, is growing, and I really appreciate it. I have done like little things in trying to like improve my quality and my editing, and I'm seeing like a huge impact in that, because people are telling me that they really like my videos. So guys, please tell a friend to watch my videos, to like, comment, and subscribe, because I really just want to grow my community even bigger, and I love making videos and I just love to put it out there. But anyways, guys, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.